Hi, I'm Bobby. I'm a software engineer, creative developer, and former visual effects artist. Let's build something cool. This is an updated version of a classic Three.js Earth project using TSL with higher fidelity atmosphere, better day and night blending, fewer textures, and more room for extra effects. Since we're doing it with TSL, we get shader level control without writing a bunch of raw GLSL or WGSL. Instead, TSL, the Three.js shading language, is flexible, easy to get started with, and scales really well. It still lacks full documentation, but it's improving with every release. So let's start from my WebGPU template, available on my GitHub, link in the description. It gives you a scene, camera, renderer, and a few other things right out of the box. Let's get started by adding the sun and the stars. We'll use a directional light, which is basically a light that shoots into infinity, which simulates the sun's light really well. Let's move it back in space a little bit. We'll remove the gradient background, define the background as black, and add a star field with, I don't know, as many stars as you want, maybe 3,000 stars. This is one of the big performance wins using TSL and WebGPU. Previously, I rendered the stars all as individual points on the CPU. Using the GPU is much more performant. For more details on how the stars were created, check out this video, Stars Animation. Okay, let's replace the torus knot with a sphere geometry. We'll give it enough segments for smooth lighting. Let's go 64 by 64. That's going to create 4,225 verts. Now we'll load up textures. We'll start with just the day texture. We'll use a mesh standard node material for the globe material. Okay, let's assign the day texture to the color node of our material. If you don't see a sunlit earth here, fix that before moving on. Great, that's working nicely, but our earth lacks a certain realism. It kind of looks like just a globe lit up. If you want to support my channel more directly, Patreon is the move. Link in the description. Now we're going to mix in the night texture based on the sun's orientation. Here's how we compute the sun's orientation. We're going to use a dot product. Each pixel on that sphere, when the sphere is facing the sun directly, that's 1. When it's exactly perpendicular, I guess, at the edge, that's 0. And if it's completely other side of where our light is pointing, that's -1. This is how we know if a pixel is in daytime or nighttime. We're going to use a smooth step function to smoothly transition from the light side to the dark side. If we don't use it, we get a smooth transition. It's just not as pronounced as we'd like it to be. And we could even get rid of that altogether using the step function. Here's what that looks like. Back to smooth step. We're blending the day texture with the night texture based on where the light is. Roughness, the shininess of a material versus the matte quality of a material. We're going to pull that from a special texture that we load. This is an encoded texture packed with lots of data, bump roughness clouds. So the red channel in this image is the bump data, where it's fully red, it's as high as it could be. Fully black is not high at all. That's the red channel. In the green channel, roughness. Fully green means it's rough. If it's black, then it's shiny. The blue channel contains the cloud data. We pack it all into one file. There's fewer files to load, and it uses less memory. So we've got the roughness from the green channel. We remap it to a nice range using these uniforms, roughness low and roughness high. This makes the oceans and the land stand out better under the sun. Defining these uniforms at the top of the file makes it so you can easily tweak them. We're going to use the red channel from our encoded image. We're going to feed it into TSL's bump map. It converts the grayscale, or in this case, just the red channel, into perturbed normals. making the surface look bumpy without actually changing the geometry. In the case of this project, it's more for the clouds than it is for the mountains. Okay, speaking of clouds, we'll use the blue channel from our special encoded image for the clouds. And now we'll use our trusty smooth step once again to adjust the look of the clouds. We can even animate the clouds using this TSL expression. When we incorporate time, we're getting an animated value, a value that starts, it's like elapsed time. It starts at 0 and increments from there. And we can use that for animation purposes, like this. This is looking pretty good, but it's still lacking something, and that's the atmospheric glow, Fresnel shading. What's Fresnel shading? Shading based on how much the surface is angled away from the camera. It's 0 when you're looking straight at a pixel, and it's 1 at the edges. Okay, we're going to make the atmosphere color shift. Blue on the day side, warm near the twilight on the edges. And we're going to blend those colors based on the sun's orientation. Now we mix the atmosphere in with the globe material output, which already includes the color node, bump node, the roughness node. The atmospheric strength uses smooth step for a smooth transition based on these values. Then we assign it to the output node of our material. TSL's output is the result of a lighting calculation in the mesh standard material. Now the globe has a really nice atmospheric tint to it. As a final touch, we're going to create an atmosphere shell mesh. It's the same sphere geometry, scaled up just a little bit. We'll use a mesh basic material to make it render backside only and slightly transparent. The alpha comes from the Fresnel function, shaped with remap and pow, and then multiplied by the sun mask. Then we output the atmospheric color with that alpha value. The scale is set to 1.03, so it's just like a halo over our Earth model. We have a simple animation loop where we rotate the Earth slowly, update our orbit controls, and render. That's it. Some easy modifications to try. Separate the clouds into their own sphere, and then you can rotate them or manipulate them however you want. Have it cast shadows, for example. Play with the ocean roughness, make it shinier. Add a noise function to alter the shininess some. Add an interactive element to this project. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next one.